going to be talking about today is the ZL1 a good daily driver? And the reason I decided to make this video is to not only be informative, but because before I bought this car, I looked on YouTube and I wanted to see if the ZL1 was a good daily driver, and I couldn't find one single video at all. So I am making this video today to be the first video on YouTube basically nitpicking the ZL1 to see if it's a good daily driver or not. And the first thing, that's probably the most important thing, is the miles per gallon. When you drive around like that all the time, it's not going to be the best. And even when I don't get on it very hard that often, miles per gallon is still not great. I think the sticker that I have rates it at about, I can't even remember, I want to say like 15 or 18 or something, but I mean, it's pretty bad. And you wouldn't really expect that, at least I really wasn't, because the stock SS almost gets 30 miles a gallon, and this gets about half of that. But the miles per gallon is not great. I think it's worse than my Supra, and it was on E85. So that's one negative thing about the ZL1. Miles per gallon is not great, but when you're driving a car like this, you don't really care, and gas is not too expensive right now where I live, so it's not a huge deal. One of the second things, and probably a big factor, is the comfort. Is this car comfortable? I think it's very comfortable. When it's in the touring mode and not in sport mode, the suspension is pretty soft. You can still feel, you know, your bumps and whatever. And but the seats are comfortable too. The leather and the suede, there's good support. I don't feel like I'm being squished entirely, but I feel, you know, secure in this seat. And you have a lot of options, you know, tilt steering, and obviously it has air conditioning and heated seats, and basically all the comfort settings that you could ever need in a car, at least for me. You know, it doesn't have massaging seats and, you know, things like that, but it's a nice car. It has a good radio. I'm just kind of looking around right now. Everything's good. It's a nice car. The comfort is good. And one other thing with a daily driven car is maintenance, I guess. And with my specific car that I bought, it's a certified pre-owned 2012, and I have a couple free oil changes and maintenance things like that. So if anything happens, I'm almost covered in that regards. But you know, without that, the maintenance should not be too bad on this car, being that it's LS based, and they never really had too many problems, except with the blower on this car. The supercharger would get a little wobbly and start whining or something, and you know, that would be replaced. But other than that, I think this car is almost flawless. Another factor would be tires. I haven't looked at how much the Eagle F1 tires go for, but I'm sure they're not that cheap. But obviously there's a bunch of other tire options out there for a little bit less. But being that these wheels are 20-inch and the width is 10 in the front and 11 in the back, those are some big tires. No matter which way you cut it, you're going to be spending a decent amount on tires, you know, because it is a big tire. There's nothing you can really do about it. And probably one of the biggest complaints on the 5th generation Camaro is the visibility. And honestly, I don't have a problem with it. Everybody complains about it, but if you know how to properly look over your shoulder and use all your mirrors, you're fine. And in a daily driven car, visibility is a huge factor because you're around idiots all day. But I don't get that with that car. I've never had any near misses. I've never gotten over in the lane accidentally in front of somebody. You know, I'm always looking around, I'm always vigilant, but that could also just be how I drive. But in my opinion, the visibility on this car is just like any other car. It doesn't make a difference. As long as you look, you're gonna be fine. And on the positive side of having a ZL1 for a daily driver is you get to daily drive a ZL1 every day. And do that every day. That's fun. I love this car. The cars aren't very good daily drivers, but trust me, any car can be a daily driver if you have enough money. If I had $1 million right now, I'd buy a Lamborghini and make it a daily driver, because why not? I don't really care. Cars are meant to be driven. The ZL1 is meant to be driven every day. When I bought this car, it had 7,000 miles on it, and that was over a period of 4 years. Can you believe that? 7,000 miles in 2 years. I've almost put about, let's see here, I put almost 1,800 miles on it in about almost 2 months. That's crazy. Get out and drive your cars like they're supposed to be driven. Every car is a daily driver. So you shouldn't even really be watching this video, because you should drive every car every day. So as usual, guys, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you found it informative, and I hope you liked it. So please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me where you're from. Tell me what your dog's name is. All that good stuff.